Okay, so guys, today I was working on the media, watching what WhatsApp status, and I saw a friend of mine who have posted a video where the video is talking about people who used to be very good, knew where they were going, and all of a sudden they lost everything. So he said the video said that they used to be A students when they were young, and now it's like they have lost all the gifts and they don't even know what they are doing. You understand? So this is something that is common. Me myself, I've been in a situation where I've experienced some before, so that gives me the authority to talk about this subject, and it's a very subject of a very serious interest because it's like you are a millionaire and all of a sudden you become broke. So how do you cope? So in the Bible said that we should go to the ant, but in this circumstance, I think going to amoeba will rather help. So in biology, I was talked about this concept, which became part of my daily thinking and advice. And it was when we treated the topic where we talked about a specific microorganism which is called amoeba. So amoeba is microorganism which belongs to the group called protozoa, and I'm not going to talk about the scientific aspect of it. So to make sure that it's general so that everybody can understand, I'm going to leave the class and everything aside and let's talk about how they are. So these organisms, even though they are just a single cell, they feed on other cells, other microorganisms. You understand? Even though they are all micro, they still feed on other microorganisms. So how do they do that? They just engulf themselves on the microorganism or any other particles that they want to feed on, and all of a sudden the food is absorbed into their body and they are done. What's the inspiration here? The inspiration is that they could have seen themselves to be small and play the victim role of, oh, why didn't you create me like a lion so that I can feed on another small animal? Now that I'm small, what can I do? They refuse to be the victim. So instead of being a victim, they also found other living organisms or microorganisms which are smaller than them and feed on them. You understand? So the first thing that we learn is that we should stop playing the victim role. So no matter the circumstance that you are in, there is an opportunity that you have to look out for. Do not play the victim role, because if you play the victim role, what it does is that your mind begins to shut down and you cannot even think, you cannot find anything. You are just mind shut down. So is it always the case that you shouldn't play the victim role? I'm not saying that if you get an opportunity, don't elevate yourself from that position, but I'm saying that since you are in the position and you cannot do anything about it, stop playing a victim role. So what lesson we learn is that no matter the size or wherever you are, stop playing a victim role. You understand? Look for opportunities. The second one is that sometimes there's dry season. So when there's high temperature or dry season, where there is no food, because it lives mostly around water, where there is no food, where there is no, now that kind of thing. Dry season is a season of hunger. So when that happens, what does it do? It's a small living organism. So what does it do? You understand? There is this thing that we call cyst formation. It forms cyst to cover itself, and the cyst is a resistant. You understand? It helps it resist the temperature or the unfavorable condition. You understand? So sometimes we as human beings go through unfavorable conditions. Sometimes you're living with, let's say, a toxic let's say caretaker, or let's say you are in a school where teachers are not teaching well, or you're in a school where your classmates are not teaching well. Sometimes you need to be tough. That is where the cyst formation comes in. So I watched a video where a man, Baggio, a legend in the football, advised Messi, and the advice that he gave him was that listen, be humble, do what you do, try your best, and then avoid listening to outside. Just do what you do, because the moment you listen to outside, you get ruined. And so sometimes as a human being, you have to form cysts around yourself. Sometimes you have to be hard, no matter what. So you have to just get a vision. That's why not playing a victim role is very important. You have to get a vision, get what you want to take opportunity of. So I've been in a situation whereby I was working for somebody that was not treating me well in terms of salary and everything. I had to call my mother for support and everything, even to feed myself. And the person was a rich man and stuff like that. But what did I do? I realized that there's opportunity. The opportunity was that I had to learn from how rich people think. I had to learn from, I was having some guidance that I was using to learn and stuff like that. So I decided that those are the things I'm going to focus on. And then people will come to me and be like, you are being with this man, won't you still like that kind of this, that you have to use your mind. I didn't do that. I formed a state around myself. You understand? And I felt like this is a situation or hardship I have to endure in order to get to this position, because I realized that I will not stay here forever. So the cyst formation is very important when you get to unfavorable conditions. You understand? So you have to get a cyst. And when unfavorable conditions come, you don't have to, you have to get a growth mindset to see that I have to move on. You understand? So when favorable condition came, I decided to move on. You understand? So you have to be strategic. You have to know when to not play a victim role. By knowing that you are a victim, but you don't have to play the role of it. You have to know when there's unfavorable condition, how to form a cyst so that you can get a resistance material to make sure that you resist external shocks, external blah blah blah, whatever it will be. And when favorable conditions come, don't forget to locomote. Don't forget to locomote. That is the end, you know. So basically, you can apply this thing to your life, and I hope things will get better. Thank you. Bye.